actually tall. We're like 6'1", and I don't know what that is in the actual anything that's not an American measurement. Because
it's like 7 meters.
7 meters. I think that sounds about right. Yeah. And at the ThorZaIN, man, every guy's like 6'4", like handsome, has blue eyes, blonde hair.
It's crazy. I don't know why.
Better at StarCraft than us. All right, it's on. In the upper right, in the red, we have our non-Korean hope. He is
ThorZaIN.
In the bottom left, in the blue, unbelievable multitasking. Looked great in that TVT. Let's see if he can close this out. He is
FXO GuMiho.
ThorZaIN's the best medication to name yourself after.
Probably better than the ID Advil.
It's like
probably better than
EG Cialis, like
EG Children's Tylenol.
PM.
Wait, you know what would be really good though is EG Dimetapp.
Sick
ID. Someone get on that. In Control, I know you're watching. You've never not watched an EG member play a game. Change your ID to EG Dimetapp. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I'd say it'd be sick, but actually it would be the cure.
What other medications could you use? I'm trying to think of all the medications
Machine can turn his ID to EG Cough Drops.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Yep. Mine would be EG.
Idra can change his ID to EG Electroshock Therapy.
If I was on EG, I'd be EG Tylenol, maximum strength. All right, so he's going to get in there. The SV will not block it in time. That's right, guys.
Yeah. All right, looks like GuMiho just wants to go for an expand. Standard. ThorZaIN does have a gas, though. So this is actually, I think that this is a good chance for ThorZaIN to get a different outcome this time. He's making a fact. It looks like it's going to be a Banshee build based upon where he's placed it. Just because it's going to be like a slightly quicker flying time.
Yeah.
As opposed to if he was going Reactor Hellions, it's going to take longer for the Hellions to get out of the base from there. So definitely is looking like that. In fact, he's getting a second gas, so probably a cloaked Banshee opening here from ThorZaIN. And I like that choice. Whereas GuMiho looks like he's going probably for the same build. Adding that one rack, so you probably go double gas, go into the factory, get a reactor, and basically same build as last game. Yeah, there you go, double gas. GuMiho's patterns being revealed. I feel really sad that, Keen, very good player, but the different styles that these other guys have, I kind of want to see them move on. It's, I just, like, for instance, GuMiho, let's say he beats ThorZaIN, right? And then loses Squirtle. It's like, well, that's too bad, because if I'm going to watch, like, let's say a lot of TVTs this season, I would love to see GuMiho continue to use these newer, different, cool styles, whether they're better or worse. It's entertaining.
Well, you can learn a lot, you know what I mean? It's very thought-provoking.
Yeah, oh, certainly, that too. And, oh my god, GuMiho just made an eBay.
Qua?
Hold on. He hasn't scouted anything, and he just made an eBay. He's like, I know everything.
Well, I was never good at builds like this in StarCraft, but the builds that are just, you play completely blind, and it's like these well-rounded builds that are sort of set up to stop about 90% of all strategies that can come at you.
He just scanned and saw the Tech Lab upgrading. That's insane. He sees Cloak on the way. And now he's going to be like, well, I already have an eBay. Like, I can easily, put up a turret. Maybe
NP.
two. Yeah. Probably wants to go right into his starport this time.
Yep.
Before he was, like, delaying it just slightly to get his Hellion production going. Yep, and he's going to go straight into it. Beautiful. He actually just goes and makes a Hellion straight up without switching over. So he has extra minerals to throw that down, and I'm sure he'll start turrets in a moment here as well. Also, with that reactor not switching yet, he can get some additional Marines to push those Banshees back. Really, just superb play by GuMiho here.
Hopefully ThorZaIN doesn't lose the Banshee right away. That's the easiest way to lose with this build. It's kind of like, those Reaver builds in StarCraft 1.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, you lost a shuttle in the Reaver.
Yeah, it's
You're
game
dead.
over. Sorry, buddy.
It's funny that now it's Terran that has that kind of build where it's like, well, this Banshee is basically, you invested so much into this one Banshee, you better do enough damage that it pays for itself or more.
Exactly. Well, here we go. This coming up, and there's a missile turret in perfect location there. He's zoned it out instead of putting it in the middle. He knows he can't come from the bottom, so he puts it up towards the top. Really well done by GuMiho. That Banshee won't be able to harass that top part of the base.
And here's the thing, when the Banshee comes in there, losing the Marines, it doesn't really matter as long as you're not losing SCVs.
And these Marines are
Marines are so expendable.
Yeah, they really are, unfortunately, for them. Oh, man. Snaps that Banshee neck. Down
Steven Seagal style.
Yeah. I even saw it in slow motion.
You know when Steven Seagal, when he breaks somebody's neck, he like snaps and he goes like into their ears, he like drops them on the ground.
Yeah, man. He wants them to stay quiet so he doesn't get caught.
Uh-oh. You got a stalker, Banshee.
2 stalkers, in fact.
Uh-oh.
The Hellions are even coming to get some.
So creeping up on him.
Just in case the Banshee pilot lands on the ground safely.
All right, he could probably do some... Oh, is he actually going to escape? Oh, that was weird. Okay.
He's actually just waiting for that to run out, I think.
Yeah, actually is. Oh,
but it's not going to work out. He took too much damage.
That was actually really smart, though, by GuMiho. At first, I was confused. I was like, is he not going to scan? I don't understand.
You know, by the end of the season, I think it wasn't last season. I think it was, the season before last season. By the end of that, I was really starting to like GuMiho's play. And here watching him, even though, like, as a Protoss player, I want Squirtle to get as far as possible so I can learn as much as I can from him and study his builds and play and stuff. I actually almost feel like I'd rather have GuMiho advance just because I am enjoying his style and the decisions he's making. It's so cool.
Every ThorZaIN fan is like, ow!
Sorry, guys.
Send us your hate on Twitter. I'm calling me Tasteless Artosis. We'll gladly ban you. All right, an engagement occurring here. You know, there's a lot of Vikings, but so what?
Oh, man, look at this. Landing all of these Vikings.
Oh, nice spread here, actually. What is it, like one coward Viking? He's like, I don't know, guys.
Is he barely not going to have enough here? Oh, my God.
Wait a minute.
He needs to get those 2 red guys.
He has to. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God. ThorZaIN just took a gigantic lead. If he had killed those siege tanks, it would have been fine, but...
Thanks to you, Viking.
Wow, man. Wow. Great play. Great micro by ThorZaIN.
And I think this Banshee actually make it away. No. Very nicely done there by GuMiho. Double eBay now for ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN's playing great.
And you know what? GuMiho, actually, while he's taking that additional base, he's making another command center. He's going up to 4 command centers. ThorZaIN, of course, did go up to 3, and both of them have very little production going on. And just because of that very little production, it's going to be very difficult to attack each other, especially since they both have siege tanks.
All right, moving in now. He picks up and leaves. GuMiho, because he's taking a 4th base eventually here, he wants to make sure that ThorZaIN is not leaving his house.
Yes.
It's the only time I've ever called an main base a house.
It makes sense, though. He's under house arrest. The bracelet goes off if he tries to
leave. A little ankle bracelet.
Yeah. All right, so right now we do have ThorZaIN moving out.
I actually don't think house arrest would really be that bad. I just sit around playing video games all day.
Oh, absolutely. In fact,
I'm like, so you're saying that I don't have to work anymore? They're like, well, you can't. You're in a dangerous society.
If I
stay at home, and I'm like, okay.
If I knew how to get under house arrest in Korea, I'd do it.
We should do that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I can just play video games all day? It's like, well,
that's.
I mean, as long as you're not, a danger to society. I'm like, oh yeah, it's.
Ooh. Oh, look at this. Beautiful move by ThorZaIN here. Oh, this is going to be really hard to clean up, Tasteless. 5 tanks in siege mode. Some Marines and Marauders to back him up.
He could land the Vikings here. Is he going to do it?
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Oh, he's getting rid of the medevacs first. I like that.
That's smart.
He needs to lift off that command center. He's just going to lose it.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is he just like not paying attention? Yeah, I guess so.
He lost it. Great plays by ThorZaIN here. Really impressive.
Whoa, GuMiho's kind of falling apart.
Yeah. ThorZaIN on a comeback trail. It's going to actually be so hard to remove these. Okay, now going to land, moving forward, and takes out... Oh, that is...
Screwed up.
He has to sacrifice a Viking now. Oh, the Viking lives. Hey, look at
Viking's
that.
badass.
Well done. All right, so ThorZaIN is up by a good amount of supply, like 20 right now. He's got his third base mining. He's looking very strong. He's pumping out a good amount of siege tanks still, and that's going to help him out immensely against the mech play of GuMiho here.
Oh, he's repairing the tank. And nice. Actually, he's going to push ThorZaIN out.
ThorZaIN going to have to withdraw, but you know what? This map, not so bad for someone with a lot of siege tanks and Marauders and Marines. You can sit on that high ground in the middle, and it's going to be very hard for a mech player to get through there.
All right, GuMiho, yep, does have that siege tank lead. I think ThorZaIN might try to continue to control the middle here.
One thing to mention, 66 SCVs for each player. Quite even in supply.
ThorZaIN, as usual, out of control with his mineral count. He has way too many minerals, over 2,000.
Yep.
And here comes ThorZaIN now, pushing towards the third base. Can he take it out?
Oh, wow, a lot of damage being dealt here. GuMiho having to lift that command center.
Is he gonna get it? No!
Oh, wow, and snipes both medevacs. Keeps all of his Vikings alive there. But still, that was a good amount of damage. So far, ThorZaIN's killed off 11 SCVs, but actually only has 2 more than GuMiho right now. And in the meantime, he is getting ready for another base. Whereas GuMiho lost his extra command center they made earlier.
ThorZaIN's got to be careful not to overcommit. We've seen this already a couple times today, where players are just too gun-ho. Yeah, let's search for the lead. Looks like he will clean up these siege tanks, no problem.
That's right. ThorZaIN may at this point just take that center location. You know, that's going to be a much easier place to control than, like, let's say, where he was just sitting.
Top left or bottom right.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely going to, because that command center is going down to the middle. So he's actually going to take the middle expansion, really focus on controlling the map.
If ThorZaIN loses control of the middle, it's going to be so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because then GuMiho can actually win, or at least get a lead.
Well, right now, GuMiho with 6 facts. Getting ready for another base. ThorZaIN playing just a great game here, man.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how well ThorZaIN's playing, considering he's lost the last 3 games in a row. Talking about discouraging.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, it was getting to the point where it's like, wow, is ThorZaIN just going to 0-2? 0-2 out? He's obviously a much better player than that. But here we go, a nice drop into the main base, and ThorZaIN's starting to really pick GuMiho apart here. GuMiho's sieging up, bringing up some Hellions too. Does not have Blue Flame yet. It's almost done, but not quite. And he's actually just picking off a lot here. Another siege tank does go down.
Is he going to land the Vikings? No. Well, ThorZaIN's looking just awesome in this game.
Yeah, he is.
Command center's still not done here for GuMiho.
GuMiho's really turtling up a bit more now, which is a good choice. He's actually so turtled at this point, he can't really be attacked very well.
Uh-oh! Another huge blow for GuMiho as ThorZaIN just bursts in there, kicking in the front door, doing so much damage, now dropping into the main.
Oh, and those medevacs are pretty low on health, but they do unload and kill off the last Viking. And, I mean, he's dealt so much damage at this point that even though the supplies are still relatively close, ThorZaIN has taken a superb lead here.
Damn, ThorZaIN's out of control. I mean, even pushing in this location, it's not easy. We don't normally see people do that. Needs to back up here. Actually, I guess not. He wants to take out as many of those Hellions as he possibly can. I don't know. I mean, if GuMiho doesn't hang on here, ThorZaIN will get inside of his base and actually win this game.
Yeah. Well, GuMiho is pretty well turtled at his, the front of his base. It's this high ground that's giving him some trouble. He really needs to throw down maybe a couple turrets, keep his siege tanks a little bit further back. He moved them all the way up to the edge, which is sometimes a mistake. You know, if they have a ton of units, they can run up, stim, and get you. In fact, he's trying for that again, and that one siege tank way too close, and in fact, just going to drop on top.
Very nice here. He's just going to ignore the siege tanks on the low ground, and I think he can actually look. And he's getting close to taking out everything that's near the factories, guys. If he gets that good of a position, this game is going to be almost impossible for GuMiho to recover from.
And well, right now we do have these Marauders just killing these Hellions off. GuMiho this is a lot like that game with Keen, but even more so, where GuMiho just can't hold on against the constant, relentless aggression.
I think actually this is the point of no return. If he gets takes out a few more of these factories.
I mean, yeah, killing factories is hugely powerful against mech. They're expensive. They take a long time to build. You have to get add-ons for them. It's rough.
Oh no, now he's going to go for the third.
Oh, and there's almost nothing there. He had to withdraw it all to fight in the main.
ThorZaIN is tearing GuMiho apart limb for limb.
He truly is, and you know, even if he holds his front area, ThorZaIN still on 4 bases, 43 SCVs to 73.
That's it, GG.
And by the way, we were so busy watching attacks that we didn't even get to point out ThorZaIN was building battle cruisers. Okay, that was like as one-sided as any game today.
ThorZaIN just get a little yawn. He's bored of beating these nerds.
He is really jet-lagged, man.
Yeah, he was telling me before, he's like, oh my god, I am so tired.
Yeah, you know, it was looking like he was really going to go out, but great play that game. Even after his Cloak Banshees didn't really do that much, and GuMiho had some great responses after GuMiho messed up that one attack, and ThorZaIN saved all the siege tanks. It was all downhill, man. Can ThorZaIN come back and kill GuMiho and then Squirtle? That would be amazing.
That would be an epic story.
Oh my god, that would be awesome to have both ThorZaIN and Nanawa in the round of 16.
You know what's funny? Look at the foreigners that we actually have that are doing the best in
Swedish people.
Not just that, but also not from StarCraft 1 and not the biggest Warcraft 3 pros. Actually, I would say like Tier 2 Warcraft 3 pros. ThorZaIN and Nanawa.
Yeah,
how funny is that?
I don't know, I guess pretty funny.
That's hilarious. I'm just articulating you.
Yeah, you can't forget Sake, though. He's been just crushing face. He's an old school.
That's true.
StarCraft 1 guy.
All right. The GSL Code S.
GuMiho showing mad respect in the chat. Ace is telling him good game, well played, and just saying good and GG over and
He's
over.
so manner.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, you played real good. You tore me apart. You ripped my arms off. Well, no, he didn't say that, but like, you know.
You and I are trash talkers, but I think that's because we can't feel anything.
Oh no, I
like just don't feel anything when I get like people talk trash like in a game. I'm like,
nah.
I like type out sigh and like to you to dish out ownage.
All right, countdown has begun, and
your strats are garbage. They belong in the trash can.
Well, that's me trying to help people when I say that. That's not trash talking.
All right,
except talking about